Let's be clear. You a bad one. Don't let nobody play with you. What's up, guys? It's the girl BooksWithBonnie, and I am back with another effing video. Today's video is going to be my first of many book reviews. Last year I did a few at the beginning of the year and I really enjoyed it, so I'm bringing it back. So this video is going to be my book of the month, not the book of the month, but a book that I read this month, and I wanted to give it a quick review. This is my second time reading this book and I still adore it. I adore it so much. So this month we're going to be talking about Daine Stirling's Crumbs. Now, for starters, the book is adorable. Absolutely adorable. I don't read a lot of graphic novels. I don't read a lot of comic books anymore, and I feel like this was just like a really good sway into that. It's been a while, let me jump in, right? So this book is all about Ray and Laurie. Laurie is a magical being. It never specified if she was a witch or not, but she definitely is a seer. She can see bits and pieces of the future, or kind of see what's going on in people's mind. Like, she can kind of, I don't know, is she a mind reader? Is she a seer? I don't know. I'm not clear on that. But she meets this guy, Ray, who works at a shop. And at this shop, he notices that she is very much to herself. She orders the same thing. She doesn't take a lot of risk. And it's mostly because she wants to get into this magical society. And that's her main focus, right? It's like school, get into this place, and I gotta focus, I gotta study, I ain't got time for nothing else. But Ray, who is the sweet guy, who's a magician, I'm sorry, not a magician, musician, words. He plays music and he really just is waiting for his big moment. What I loved about this, absolutely loved about this, is the relatability. This book is so relatable. Although it is talking about magical beings and getting into this magical society, I felt the same kind of questions growing up and going to college and figuring out your life. And she was really just kind of asking herself throughout the book, like, is the sacrifice worth the gains? You know, like, she's in school, and once you kind of get into this magical world, into this position she's looking for, she's very much dedicated to that. So family life, love life, those type of things are not realistic for people in that role. And there's also some memory lost with the role. Like, you can't go to work and then come home and tell people what you did. You don't remember. So the hardest part is once you kind of get to that position, it's expected of you to give all your time. And for her, she was like, this is something I've always wanted, but do I really want it now that I see a different side of my life, right? Now that she's met Ray, now that she has friendships, now that she's building a relationship with her mom, she's starting to question everything she's worked so hard for. And I find that so relatable. I mean, people who are making huge risk in their careers, people who are going to school, people who are still unsure, I felt could definitely relate to not knowing what's best for you, and is everything you work for really what you want? I mean, me, for example, I went to college and I was like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. You go to college, get a job, and have fun, and you're done. You have a family and you're done. But for me, it's like, I went to college, got out of college, and I just started experimenting, and I was like, I kind of love a lot of things. What do I do with that? And I just love that piece of this story. It was so relatable. And then on top of that, you had a cute little romance, and it was adorable. One of the conflicts of the romance is that because she's a magical being, she can kind of sense things. So she can tell when people are lying to her. She can tell when things are going to happen, things like that, which could complicate a relationship for sure. Like, think about it. If your partner could truly hear all of your thoughts, would you be okay with that? I don't know. I don't know. So in this situation, she was able to give him this gemstone that would basically block her powers from him. So she wouldn't be able to like analyze him or get any senses from him, which I thought was a really sweet gesture that she gave it to him to protect him. Cause she's like, a lot of the times people don't like have healthy relationships with me because I can tell what's going on in their mind or what's going on in their heads and things like that. So she gave him the stone to kind of protect him and build that trust between them. But then he lied to her, and I was just like, no, don't lie to her. But she, of course, didn't know because he had the stone. So for a while, she thought, oh, he's not going to use it, because when she first gave it to him, he's like, yeah, no, that's not needed. I'm okay with you knowing everything. But then he was up for this gig and he didn't get it. And she was just like, how great, you got it. That's so awesome. And he's just like, it is awesome. So he was down on his luck, down, and she was just like celebratory while he was not in the best place. Another part that really made it super relatable for me is Ray himself. Ray is the type of person who wants everyone happy around him. So he is kind of like a chameleon, right? He kind of builds up what he expects to be to other people. So for example, I saw this TikTok where it talks about, oh, this is a cured personality that I've built for you specifically. That's Ray. Ray was definitely like, if you need me to be happy, I'll be happy. And if you're sad, I'll try to make you happy. To the point where his friends started to feel like they couldn't be themselves around him. They couldn't say that they were upset. They couldn't say that they were frustrated. They couldn't tell him what they were going through, because Ray would immediately try to fix it or make it better, making it very hard for his friends to really talk to him. And I totally get that. As a big sister, I want to make everything okay for everyone around me. And you never know like what a person needs. You just get in there and you start fixing things when really that's not necessary. I mean, even in my relationship, I remember like having to explain, like, I don't need you to fix it. I just want you to listen. So it became a conversation starter for us. It's like, do you want me to listen or do you want me to fix it? And you're like, I need you to listen and help me vent. So then you're like, yeah, this happened. And then they're on the same page as you. Message for those who struggle in relationships and communication. That's a really good tip. But overall, you're just like, what do I do? What do I do? But man, I loved the characters. They were so complex. The relationship between Ray and his family, and then Laurie and her mom, and their relationship being very eclectic. They don't have a connection because her mom had similar, responsibilities to this magical field, that she didn't really have a healthy bond with her. And now in her head, she's like, to build better bonds with my mom, I have to go do what she did. So she's following in her mom's footsteps, not knowing that her mom's like, I just want you happy, honey. Like, oh, this book is so adorable. And it's just cute. Like, let's talk about the art style here. Can we just turn to a random page so y'all can see the art style? Like, come on. Right? Like, beautiful art style in here. I mean, every page was just so adorable and so cute. I absolutely love this story. Do I have any negative comments? Not really. I read it in a day. I read it again this month, and it was just so great. Now, I've only read another graphic novel. I think it's called Bloom. I think I still have it. But as far as graphic novels go, I've always enjoyed them, but this one was just too adorable for me not to love it. Now, what did I rank this one? This one was a 4.5, almost a 4, I think I put 4.75 actually on my story graph. So this was almost a 5-star for me. I just didn't expect it. I feel like I go into graphic novels expecting like either very dark manga type or some very like fluffiness, but this was both fluffy, this was both chaotic, this was very relationship based, it was very much communication and building. Like, this was adorable. This was everything I needed when I needed it, okay? So, do I find myself going back to this book and reading it again? Absolutely. Absolutely. But also, here, I'm going to shoot my shot again. I could totally play her. Totally play her. Come on. She looked like me. I said that about Chloe Brown, but I'll say it again about Laurie. I can play Laurie. I can cut my hair. I don't care. I'll do it. She is now my goals. But yes, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below, have you read Crumbs? If not, comment down below your favorite graphic novel. That is a biggie for me because I am starting to get into it and it is definitely a vibe. Anywho, make sure you like, subscribe. It's your girl, Books with Bonnie. I am out.